ask you a question. Are you successful? I want to begin my talk by sharing a story with you. This is a story about a little girl. A girl whose desire was to be successful. When she was young, she began to define success, all relating back to hard work. She knew that if she just gave her all in everything she did, everybody would see how hard she was working, and therefore she would be successful. During school, she excelled in honors level classes. She would do extracurricular activities. And when she was 16, after she got her driver's license, her very first stop was to go and get her first job. In college, she graduated with 2 degrees in 4 years, all while working full-time. And then immediately after graduation, she dove into that career. And by the age of 26, she had made it. She was working at a top real estate company. She had the fancy car. She had checked off all those boxes. She was a success. But one of the other lessons that she learned at the age of 26 is that there was a cost to that success. Because in addition to checking off all the boxes, she had developed ulcers. She was battling an eating disorder. She was borderline suicidal, and she was completely burned out. In fact, one day on her drive to work, she had the thought, if I were to get into an accident, not a serious one, but one that was just serious enough, maybe she would end up in the hospital for a couple of days and she would finally be able to rest. She would have 2 days where nobody would bother her. And she could also maintain her level of success because she was going to be able to have a real excuse to be able to show people how hard she was working and maintain her perfect picture of success. Now, some of you might be wondering, who is this girl? Who is this story? Well, I'm here to tell you that little girl is me. My drive for success was so strong that I put myself on the brink of complete breakdown. Even though I was having success as it looked in the traditional picture, I was really coming further and further away from who I truly was and having the beautiful life that I wanted to really create for myself. So many of us do this same thing. We get on this cycle of driving ourselves for this image of success, the titles, the income, the cars. And we don't realize that on our drive to success, we're actually getting further and further away. And in fact, for many Americans, it's the American dream. You go to work, you work hard, you get the house, everything is supposed to come together. But we get on this cycle and we need to start to learn that there has to be a better way because success should not come at the cost of burnouts and breakdowns in our lives. Burnout is real. It is happening each and every day. In fact, 2/3 of people in the workforce talk about having burnout each and every year. Burnout equates to over 120,000 deaths each year. And companies report spending almost $200 million a year in healthcare costs to take care of their employees that are dealing with burnout. There has got to be a better way. Now, you would have thought after having this level of burnout, I would have learned my lesson. But I didn't. And in fact, it would be about 12 more years and 2 more breakdowns before I had my wake-up call. So what was my turning point? At the age of 35, I had my son. Should be a very exciting time. But my drive for success didn't allow me to really enjoy that moment. 3 days after he was born, I received a call for a promotion, and it was my dream job. So of course I had to take it because it was another box I got to check off. And it was gonna be fine because I could handle it. So where most new moms take 12 weeks off for maternity leave, I took 3 weeks and jumped back into the hamster wheel. As I would wake up in the morning, take the hour commute, work, come home, and work some more because I wanted to maintain the illusion that I could handle it all. And during this time, I was battling postpartum depression. I was on the verge of divorce, and I was completely emotionally drained. But I couldn't tell anybody because if I shared my truth, people would see that I couldn't handle it, and then my vision of success would crumble. So I kept going on in silence. When Nicholas was 3 years old, I was working one evening and he came up to me and he just wanted to show me something that he had been working on. And I looked at him and I acknowledged him and I went back to my work. And he came up to me and he tugged me on the shirt and said, "Mommy, please pay attention to me." You know, he's 16 now, and those words still get me. "Mommy, please pay attention to me." All he wanted to do was show me a picture that he had drawn, to have me be a part of his life, and to have me acknowledge him for the beautiful person that he was. And I was too busy on my path to success. And it was right then and there that I had a decision to make. Because as I was going and driving for that success, what I was forgetting is that I was neglecting the one person that meant the most to me. I was neglecting my clients. I was completely absent from my life, and I was alone. And quite frankly, I didn't like the person that I was looking at in the mirror. So I had to decide, was this simply going to be another cycle? Or was this going to be a defining moment for me, where I finally learned that it wasn't going to be burnout, breakdown, back to burnout. It was going to be burnout, breakdown, breakthrough. So I decided right then and there, I was going to redefine what success looked like for me. I decided success wasn't going to be about the titles or writing books or how big my bank account was going to be. It was going to be about so much more. It was going to be about having quality relationships and about being present in those relationships. It was going to be about doing great work that I could be proud of rather than just trying to do a lot of work. And it was going to be about having pride in the person that I was becoming and the role model that I could be for other people. So as I went out and I decided to start sharing these moments and talking with other people and shedding the truth that I needed some help, do you know what I found? I found there were so many others dealing with exactly the same battles and challenges that I had every day. There were other people going through the same cycle of burnout and breakdown. And I was so excited, not because I was happy that they were having breakdowns, but because I wasn't alone. And it was that drove me to my passion of knowing that my story can help others. That together we can come together and find a better way of being strong and helping each other achieve real success. So as a speaker, coach, and author, what I have discovered is that there are really 5 things that we can all do each and every day to help us on our path to leading a more fulfilled as well as successful life. The first thing I encourage you to do is to live each and every day in gratitude. You know, our brains are wired that we cannot have 2 conflicting thoughts at one time. So we cannot be in sadness and happiness. We cannot be in scarcity or abundance at the same time. And when you get into gratitude, your brain starts to scan for the positivity that is around you. So I have a gratitude practice each and every day, and I actually call it bookending my days. When I wake up in the morning, one of the first things I do, even before I get out of bed, is I identify what are 3 things that I am grateful for today. And some days it's big things, my family, my health. Other days it's I'm really grateful for that great cup of coffee I'm going to have in a few minutes, or the cozy bed that I was able to sleep in the night before, because sometimes beauty lands in the smallest things. And then at the end of the day, I come back to my gratitude. And rather than going through the day and focusing on everything I didn't get done, which is what so many of us do, I end the day by saying, what are 3 great things that happened today? Because even in the midst of the chaos, there is always beauty in each and every day. The second thing I encourage you to do is to get connected. Talk to other people and be involved in other people's lives. You know, as human beings, we are social animals. And whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, we still need human connection. And outside of food, clothing, and shelter, human connection is the next basic human need that we have. So know your tribe. I have people in my world that are my coaches that help me with my business. I have my friends that help me stay social. I have people that are known to just be my cheerleaders, and they are primarily there to make me laugh on the days that I need laughter. So bring people into your world and get connected. The third thing I encourage you to do is move. You gotta move your body. So whether you wanna run a triathlon or if maybe that's not your thing, you still gotta move. Have a dance party with yourself. Go outside and get some fresh air. Go to the dog park or maybe just go out for a walk with a friend. But when you move, you get your endorphins going, and energy breeds energy, and it'll keep you going. Now, the fourth thing I encourage you to do, yes, you have to move, but you also have to find stillness. Stillness gives you time for reflection. So even if you only have 2 minutes a day, take those 2 minutes to just turn off the noise. If you're out, park your car, roll down the windows, get some fresh air. Listen to the birds chirping. Just get yourself centered so that you can reflect on everything going on and get yourself grounded. And then the fifth thing is show vulnerability. I think it's really hard for us to open ourselves up and be vulnerable, but there is true strength in showing your truth and authenticity and letting people know when you might need help. So don't be afraid to show your truth, because you are not alone, and we grow stronger when we are together. So as you go forward, I encourage you to redefine what success looks like for you. Now, my path to success, as I mentioned, was caused by a breakdown. And that breakdown led to my breakthrough. But it doesn't have to be that way for all of us. For me, I have redefined success to 3 simple things. And at the end of each day, I ask myself 3 questions. Did I show love today? Did I inspire today? And did I contribute positively to the world today? Because if I can say yes to those 3 things, it was a successful day. And I know for a fact that those are the only things that I need to focus on. So as you are on your path to success, I encourage you to do exactly the same. Redefine what the picture of success looks like to you. Because when you are clear on that picture, you won't need to go chasing success, because success will find you. Thank you.